All right, so we're going to start seated. And I want you to find just a nice, simple cross-legged position. If you need to sit on a pillow in order to feel comfortable, or just to get a little bit of height, then please do so, or even maybe a blanket. It's a little chilly in here, so I'm just going to use this literally across my thighs. And then let your hands rest onto your thighs, palms down, palms up, doesn't matter. And then keep the eyes open, but let the gaze go down. So we're trying to find some length through the back of the neck. And then the gaze is soft towards the ground. As we inhale, we're going to start inhaling through the nose. And I just want you to pay attention to how the breath feels. So everything we're doing today is super, super concentrated. I want you to really feel the air come in through the nose, maybe hit the back of the sinuses or even the palate and the throat. And then as we begin to deepen the breath, just incrementally start to feel the breath kind of come in through the nose and come down. And maybe just hit the collarbones. And again, it's not the depth I'm looking for, it's the feel. Just almost like the breath is coming in and kind of almost massaging whatever it hits. And continue to deepen the breath until perhaps you can bring the breath down into the belly. And as you continue to breathe, start to let the eyelids feel a little bit heavy. The jaw's loose. The mouth is loose. The eyes are relaxed. And imagine now that the eyelids are getting heavy enough that they slowly, slowly close on their own. And as you breathe in, you feel this gentle massage of the breath against whatever it hits. So almost imagine that you are the tissue it's hitting. So maybe the insides of the nose, the lining of the throat, the lungs rising, and maybe even kind of hitting against the rib cage. And almost imagine like the air becomes like silk. So not only is it massaging, but it's just flowing through your body. And often when we begin to really slow things down, we notice how much we become uncomfortable. And rather than running from anything that we feel that may be uncomfortable, I want us to see if we can dive in and explore it, almost lean into it, or at the very least, just allow ourselves to feel it. Being uncomfortable is different from pain. So if you start to feel pain somewhere, then obviously do what you need to be safe. But in the sense of us sitting here, a lot of times we begin to fidget. We begin to move because maybe something is tight. Maybe we feel like we're sitting in an awkward position. Rather than moving it to feel like we're in the perfect position or to alleviate that tight muscle, I want you to actually go to that place. And imagine that breath that's still coming in through the nose and massaging the whole internal body, then leads to wherever you feel that uncomfortableness, whether it's one area or maybe even the body as a whole. So for a moment, we're just allowing ourselves to be uncomfortable. Notice if you're holding tension in the jaw and or any place else. And again, rather than moving it around or trying to release it, maybe explore why. Are you holding tension in one area because of something someplace else, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional? Last 5 breaths here. And as you do, I want you to bring your right hand to your heart. And just physically, tactilely feel your hand on your chest. So not only are you feeling the heartbeat, are you feeling the chest rise and lower, but you're feeling what your chest feels like under your hand. How often do we pay attention to just self-touch, how we actually feel? What does your hand feel like on your chest, and what does your chest feel like on your hand? And then bring your left hand and put it on top of your right. Now once again, feel that tactile sensation. How does your left palm feel on top of your right? What does your right hand feel like under your left palm? In the same manner now, we're going to bring our hands together into prayer position and actively pressing the hands together. But rather than focusing on the force of pressing them together, once again, I want you to just pay attention to what your palms feel. So start with the right palm. What is it feeling right now? Does it almost feel like your left hand is someone else's in some way? And then focus on your left palm. How does that start to feel, the right palm against it? What does it feel? Does it feel different? Just feel the skin, maybe the slight heat between the hands. Feel the fingertips. the finger mounds, the heels of the hands. And then feel the hands as a whole, so both hands together pressing each other. Bow the chin in. Keep the eyes closed. Create an intention or dedication for your practice today. And use every silky breath as a way to get there, but not attaching yourself to whether or not you do. Slowly drop the hands, slowly open the eyes. As we lift the head, take a moment to like squish the eyes together. So really squint, squint, squint the eyes together, and then release and kind of open them wide. And then squeeze the eyes together, and then release and open them wide. One more time, squeeze together and release and open. Same thing with the jaw. Start to open the jaw and move the jaw around a little. And a couple of different directions, kind of doesn't matter. And then puff the cheeks, and then pucker, like you're gonna kiss. And then puff, and pucker. One more time, puff, and pucker. And then release, and maybe just whatever you want to do. If you're move your jaw around and just get that last bit of sensation on the tongue, and then release. And we're going to come on to all fours. Once on all fours, knees will be right under the hips, but I want your hands just slightly in front of your shoulders to give a little bit longer of a space here. And once again, holding nice and still, just feeling where you're at. Feel your palms press into the mat. Feel your lower belly pull in and the pelvic floor lift. Feel the tops of your feet and your toes press into the mat. Feel the neck get nice and long. Feel the breath really course through the body. Now, eyes can remain open or you can close them. And we'll take a few moments of just movement, intuitive movement, whatever feels good. So if you want to do cat-cows, you can. We're going to be doing lots of them today. So if you want to do something different, maybe hip rolls or swaying side to side or big movements. If you want to actually lift into down dog, any kind of movement here is what I really want you to do. But rather than kind of having a set motion in mind or something that you always do, maybe just letting your body move without thinking. Really riding the breath and just kind of feeling what you feel. And we're going to be working a lot with back body activation. So a lot of us tend to have kind of low back issues, sacrum issues. So this is where I really want you to tune in to all kinds of movements, to just notice where you are at the beginning here. And it's important, of course, to make sure that you keep yourself safe. So if you do start to feel any kind of low back pain, not necessarily tightness. Tightness is often going to show that you're just activating one area, not something else. But pain, then I'll give obviously some options to activate differently, but it might be something you just really have to back off of and do kind of smaller movements. Let's go for about 4 more breaths here. So this is your time. If you want to move faster, go for it. And then come back down, or just halt here in just a normal kind of tabletop position. So again, I want you to lift the pelvic floor and feel like you're squeezing in from the front and the back. So the urethral from the front and the anal from the back, so that not only are you lifting up, but you kind of feel like you're squeezing everything in. Get a little activation in the toes. So I actually want you to curl the toes under and press the big toes into the floor for a moment. And then same thing, I want you to really press the finger mound into the floor, and then feel that finger and the thumb first before starting to distribute some of the weight over into the other fingers, onto the lateral sides of the hands, the outsides of the hands, and maybe a tiny bit into the heels of the hands. Feel that for just a moment. Okay. And from here, we'll just come down onto our forearms, nice and slow. If you feel like your stance is a little short, then just move your arms forward a tiny bit. And I want you to really press down into your forearms and squeeze the forearms towards each other to turn on your chest. Don't let the activation in the hands or the thumb and the forefinger go. Really press everything down. I want the arms to be working, the chest to be working, and keep that activated. Belly stays in. From here, inhale, chest forward, look forward into kind of this cow. As we exhale, tuck chin to chest and go into a cat. Inhale forward. Exhale, curl. Inhale forward. Exhale, curl. So as we come forward, feel like you're pressing the arms down and pulling back towards the knees. As we exhale and curl, feel like you're pushing the forearms down and forward towards the top of your mat. One more time, inhale forward. And exhale, curl. Inhale, come back to neutral for a moment, and we'll lift the right leg up. Keep the right knee bent. Inhale, lift, foot flexed, look forward. Again, arms are pressing down and back towards the knees. Exhale, curl and bring knee to chest or nose. Inhale up, pull those arms back, squeeze the butt. Exhale, knee to nose. Push the arms forward. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. Inhale, come back to center. Keep the leg up. Again, press the arms down. Pull them back towards the knee. Keep the chest going forward. Gaze forward. And then exhale, right knee comes down onto the mat. Inhale, left leg up. Keep the left foot flexed. Right toes press firmly in. Arms press down and pull back towards the knee. Inhale, lift the foot, gaze forward, but feel like the chest is coming forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Pull those arms back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. Inhale up and pause. Again, we're pressing the arms. Feel the hands press down. A lot of times they come up. Press them down. Pull them back towards the knees. Look forward. Feel like the chest is coming forward. So slightly squeeze the sides of the shoulder blades back. Squeeze the left glute. And exhale, knee comes down. From here, actively press into the hands. And then push back into child's pose, but keep the gaze forward. Active child's pose. Inhale, we'll round up nice and slow. As we do, chest comes forward, come into your cow. As we exhale, like something's pulling you back, but you're resisting. So keep the gaze forward and slowly hips to heels. Inhale, round. So really, really round. Round the tailbone, round the chin so that we kind of counterbalance some of the back bend portion. Inhale, chest forward. Squeeze the shoulders back slightly and then pull. So you're resisting going back. Keep the belly ignited. Gaze goes forward. Heels to hips. Inhale, come up. Feel the belly working. Come into your cow, and then exhale, resist, resist, coming back. Slow, slow, slow. Inhale again, round up. This time as we come forward into our cow, shift forward even more and chin and chest come to the floor. Inhale, push right back up, and then push back into that active child's pose, resisting as we go back. Inhale, round up, round, 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 round. Feel the stretch between the shoulder blades. Come into your cow. Lean forward, chin and chest come to floor. Inhale, press back up, press through those finger mounds, and then resist going back. Use the belly. Look forward. One more time. Inhale, round, 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 round. Come into your cow, and then dip down. And from here, we're going to try and slowly draw the hands back from the to the chest a little bit more. So we're keeping the chest on the floor. Draw the hands back slightly, just like a millimeter, an inch, and then feel all parts of the hand press down. Bum stays high. From here, once again, press back up. Feel the arms working. Resist as we go back. Now this time we're going to round up. As we round up, we're starting to bring the feet with us and squeeze those heels towards our bum. And then slowly, if you can, little micro bend in the arms. So we're really bringing ourselves forward and letting hips and belly and chest come down. So it's really hard when the hands are back further. So you really have to work those arms. Now from here, we'll step those hands forward just a tiny bit. Press the left knee into the floor, and we're going to lift the right one up. Drop the right knee. Lift the left. Drop the left knee. Now lift both. Hands are still on the floor, but we're not pressing them down too much. We're just using them there for some support. But I want you to squeeze those elbows together. Keep lifting the legs, and then squeeze the heels in even more. Drop the knees back down. From here, press up and push back into that active child's pose. Now we'll just kind of flow with that. So inhale, roll forward. As we do, start to bring heels towards the butt. Slowly bring yourself down. And then lower the chest down. This time, inhale, lift both knees. Maybe lift the hands. Keep squeezing the elbows towards each other. Drop the hands, drop the knees. Lift up and press back into child's. Inhale, round. So counterbalance all of that. Round as much as you can. Use the belly. Start to lift. Squeeze the heels towards the bum. And drop the hips. This time, if you can, keep in this cobra. Micro bend the elbows. Keep the chest coming forward. Squeeze. Press the hands down. Pull them back towards the hip. Squeeze the shoulders back. Keep squeezing those heels towards the butt. And then press back. Again, inhale, round up. Bring the feet towards the bum. Start to let the hips come down. If you need to come on your belly, come on your belly, but otherwise, squeeze the elbows in. Press the hands down. Really reach the chest and the heart forward. Squeeze those heels towards the bum, and then press up and back. One more time. Inhale, forward. Bring the hand with you. Slowly lower down. Lift. and pause. Again, slowly come down onto the belly, keeping the hands back towards the belly or the rib cage. Again, we're gonna lift the legs up and then bring them down. Now lift the hands off the floor. Lift them up and bring it down. Now if you can, reach the arms towards the knees. Lift the knees up and bring them down. If you start to feel any kind of spasm in the legs, maybe release them for a second and then bring them back and drink some water. Interlace the hands behind you. Keep a little bend in the elbows. Lift the hands off the bum. Keep reaching the heart forward. So feel like you're trying to, almost using the shoulder blades to scoop the chest forward. Now lift the legs. Keep reaching the hands back. For 3, 2, keep reaching those legs up. 1, squeeze the heels in before we slowly come down. Bring the hands next to the rib cage, lift up and press back into child's. Inhale, slowly roll up. Again, bring the legs with, let the hips drop. This time as the hips come down, lengthen the legs down. Cobra. So if a high cobra just is not, if your body's not ready for it, come down. But press all 10 toes into the floor. From here, we'll slowly bring the torso back down again. Step the right hand forward just under the shoulder and bring the legs together. As we do, we'll slowly shift onto the right hip and lift up. Let the right shoulder migrate towards the right ear. And keep the right leg nice and long. Press the right knife edge of the foot into the floor. From here, little tiny push of the bum behind you. And then we're gonna lift that left leg. Flex the left foot and squeeze the left heel towards the bum. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as much as you can. Ignite that hamstring. From here, see if you can rotate the knee in towards the shoulder, and then toe mound starts to go towards the thigh. See if you can squeeze that knee in a little bit more and see how high you can get the toe mound on the leg. And then see if you can drop the heel and kind of come into this tree position. From here, bring the foot up maybe as high as you can into the groin. Now, if this just does not work for your hips, you can either do it much further down on the leg or bring the foot forward or behind you. Now, if you have it on the thigh, this is where you're gonna probably feel a little wobbly, and that's okay. Again, the bum is pushing back slightly, and that knife edge of the foot's into the floor. Squeeze that right leg, and then press the left foot into the right leg and the right thigh back into the left foot. From here, inhale that left arm up and then cactus the arm. At the same time that you're squeezing that left elbow down, I want you to lift through the chest. So kind of corset the belly in, lift up and pull it down so you're cactusing and activating the whole upper body. Squeeze the right shoulder back, then press the right hand down, see if you can come up a little bit. Then start to just turn the chest forward towards the ceiling a little bit. Keep the activation in the legs. Keep corseting through the waistline and really pull front body to back body. Keep squeezing that arm. I want that whole upper back really working. And then we'll slowly bring that left hand down to meet the right. As we do, try and keep the foot connected to the inner thigh and roll down onto your belly in this tree position. Now, if this just doesn't work for your body, again, just bring the leg out to the side and you're pressing the left knife edge or inner foot into the floor. So everything stays active, you're pressing down. If the foot's into the thigh, then you're still pressing thigh into foot and foot into thigh. Hands are back, inhale, chest forward, squeeze those elbows back, reach the chest forward, reach the heart forward. And then as we exhale, lift the right leg up. Hands are still here for guidance. So if you can, spread all 5 toes. Keep reaching back. Press the hips down. Keep pushing foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Keep reaching the chest forward. And then slowly come down. From here, release the hands slightly forward. And then we're going to attempt to come up in this tree position. So we're just going to tuck the right toes under. And then we're going to lift the chest up. And then exhale, slowly come down. From here, release the left leg and bring it down onto the floor. So we're going to go into the same thing on the other side. Left hand comes forward right under that left shoulder. And then we're going to turn onto the left side. Let the left shoulder migrate up, squeeze left leg and keep it really active. From here, slight push of the bum back. Keep the belly corseted in. Press into the finger mount of that left hand. Lift the right leg up and then squeeze heel to bum. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're trying to get it as close to the bum as you can. Then rotate the knee up and start to push the toe mound forward. Keep squeezing heel to bum and see how high you can get it onto the leg and then drop the heel. Then use your hand to get it wherever is most comfortable or easiest for you, but challenge yourself a little bit. Now, bum still presses back, foot presses into thigh, thigh presses into foot. Everything's activated. The left leg is really activated. Inhale, pause. Now, corset the whole belly in. So pull the front body to the back body. And then lift that right arm up. Cactus the right arm and pull that elbow down. So we're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. It's staying active. Then lift through the chest. Slightly turn the chest up. Keep squeezing that whole upper body. Even through the hands. Fingers are really kind of activated here. Now press into the left hand. Raise up even more. And you may feel like you're going to fall. And maybe you do. And then slowly right hand comes down to meet left. Turn onto the belly and bring the right leg down in this tree position. Or again, undo the feet and come into that kind of half frog position. Slowly come onto the belly. So again, we're just bringing the hands back a little bit. Pressing into the hands, trying to keep pushing the right knee out to the side. You have to really keep the right foot pressing into the thigh and thigh back into the foot. That keeps the activation. Now on an inhale, reach the chest forward, squeeze those elbows back. On the exhale, lift the left leg, keep pressing foot into thigh. Really spread those toes. Keep reaching through the chest. And then exhale, bring it down. Tuck the toes, slightly migrate the fingers forward just a few millimeters. And then inhale, press toe down into floor and lift the chest just as much as you can. Keep squeezing the elbows in, reaching the chest forward, belly stays in, pelvic floor lifts. And exhale, slowly come down. From here, release the right leg. Press back through the knees and pull yourself back nice and slow. Inhale, round up. Exhale, push back. Inhale, round forward. And exhale, push back. Inhale, round forward. And then exhale, push back. This time, inhale, round forward. Bring the legs with you. Let the hips come down. Squeeze those heels in, chest forward, and really squeeze the shoulders back. Feel like you're really just reaching the upper chest forward, and then release the legs down. Inhale in your nice high cobra here. Legs stay active, all 10 toes press into the floor. Keep reaching the chest forward, not back. And exhale, slowly come down. Right hand comes forward. Again, we'll go on to that right side. Slowly lift the left leg. Squeeze heel to butt. Turn the knee up, and once again, bring the foot onto the thigh wherever it leads. Then drop the heel. Maybe use the hand, push the bum back, press foot into thigh, thigh into foot, press that right leg into the floor. Corset the body in, pull front body to back body, and then lift that left arm up. As we exhale, pull it down. Cactus the arm, keep squeezing. Press the right hand down so you lift through the chest. Slightly turn the chest forward. And really pull upper chest. Now inhale, reach that left arm up, but it's like you're resisting reaching. It's like someone's pulling, but you're trying to pull it back. And then as we exhale, reach that left hand on top of the left knee and get long. Inhale, left arm up. As we exhale, left hand comes down, come back down to the belly. Again, migrate that left knee out to the side if you need. Inhale, lift, chest and leg. Stay here. Or maybe reach the hands behind you. Interlace the hands, keep a slight bend in the elbows. Inhale, lift, press foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Lift everything up, up, up. And exhale, release it down. Hands come down next to the rib cage. Toes go into the floor. Inhale, press up just as high as you can. Keep reaching the chest forward, not like you're going into a back bend, but chest forward. Push left hip into the floor. And exhale, slowly come down. Release the left leg. Turn onto the left side. Left hand comes under the left shoulder. As you come up, let the left shoulder migrate up. Squeeze that left leg and then push the bum back. Lift right foot, squeeze heel to bum. Turn the knee up and then place the foot wherever it is. And then drop the heel. Again, use your hand to migrate it up a little higher if you can. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, left arm up. As we exhale, squeeze the elbow down, cactus the arm. Lift through the chest, corset the belly in. Pull front body to back body actively and firmly. Slowly migrate the chest up and then press to the left hand and rise up even more. Inhale, reach the left hand behind you. So it's like you're reaching over the head, but you're resisting. Resist, resist as you reach. And then as we exhale, slowly lengthen that right arm and let it rest on the knee. Keep pressing through the left hand. And then we'll slowly lift it up and come back down. Knee out to the side. Come all the way onto the belly. Hands migrate back. Inhale, lift, left leg up, press right foot into left thigh. Stay here or interlace the fingers, opposite thumb and forefinger this time. Reach the arms back, lift through the chest, press foot into thigh, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, slowly come down. Release the right leg. Press through the knees, tuck the toes. Active child's pose, look forward. Inhale, round forward. And this time, lift up and press into down dog. So with all that hamstring activation, you should feel a nice stretch here. So take a moment to move instinctively again, like we did when we were on the floor. Now from here, we're going to wave the spine forward. So again, I want you to really feel activation everywhere. So press the hands down, squeeze the arms towards each other, and really feel the thumb and forefinger plant. Inhale, lift onto the toes, squeeze the fronts of the thighs, tuck the tailbone, and slowly roll forward into a high plank. As we exhale, bend the knees and pull yourself back. Slow, slow, slow to down dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, slow forward. And exhale, back. This time, inhale, slow forward. And then we're going to bend the knees and we're going to take a 5 count to drop the knees to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now have them hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop them slowly at the same time. Look forward and press back into child's pose. Inhale, roll forward into your cow. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, press right back up. And once again, push back into that active child's pose slowly. Inhale, roll forward. Start to bring the heels with you. Micro bend the elbows, heels down. Inhale, chest forward, lengthen the legs out. Inhale and exhale, push back. Tuck the toes. Inhale, round up, and then right back to down dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Again, we're gonna slowly lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, drop the knees. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back to active child's pose. Inhale, roll forward. Come into cow and chin and chest come to the floor. Inhale, push up. Exhale, resist as we come back, active child's pose. Inhale, roll forward. And once again, pull those heels in. And we'll slowly drop the hips. Inhale, chest forward, squeeze the shoulder back. And lengthen. Inhale forward and exhale, push back into that active child's pose, tuck the toes. Inhale, round up and exhale, lift up and back, down dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Again, we'll lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold for 5, hover, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop them down. Inhale, look forward, push the hips back. Exhale, round up. Inhale, chin and chest. Press the hands actively, feel the arms work. Inhale, up. Exhale, push back. Inhale, round forward. This time as we come up to all fours, we'll actually turn onto our right side. So we're gonna slowly bring the knees together and let the hips drop onto the floor for just a moment. So you can stay here if you don't want to rise up. But otherwise, we're gonna press the knee down, the hand down, and we're going to bring the left hand onto the waist. We're keeping the bum pushing back. Press down to lift up as we do. Lift the left leg. Now squeeze left heel to glute. Inhale, turn as though we're trying to reach the knee up. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, cactus it down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now lift, corset through, press the chest forward and squeeze the upper back. Really squeeze left heel to butt. Open, open, open. Maybe turn the chest up. Keep pushing right hand down and forward. Make sure the hand's in front of the shoulder, not directly under it. And then as we exhale, reach that left arm up. Reach the left leg long, and then bring the left knee down and pivot down. Right into the other side, letting the hips drop so that we feel the strength and activation of the lift. Press left knee down, keep the bum pushing back. Inhale, as we lift up, reach that right leg up, right arm up. Squeeze right heel to butt. Now slowly turn right knee up as much as you can. Keep squeezing heel to butt. As we exhale, cactus the arms, squeeze down, cactus, 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 lift the chest. Start to turn the chest up as much as we can and keep the activation. Now press the left hand down and forward, open, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then slowly release the arm and the leg and come back down. Push back into that active child's pose. Inhale, roll up, and then lift up and back. Down dog. Inhale, up onto the toes, roll forward, high plank. As we exhale, bend the knees, and we'll pivot the heels towards the right and push the bum back. Left heel drops, right heel lifts, so you're up on the right toes. Bend both knees. Squeeze the right hip towards the right shoulder and press both hands down and forward. Start to look over the right shoulder like you're looking for your bum. Inhale, come back to center. Go forward into that high plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, forward, high plank. As we exhale, bend the knees, pivot the heels towards the left, drop the right foot, and left heel lifts. Press both hands down and forward. Squeeze left hip to bum. Push the bum back like you're like pushing it towards the camera. And then press the hands down and forward. Now start to look over that left shoulder. See if you can even see your bum. Keep squeezing to the left. Push it back even more. Keep both knees bent. And then inhale, roll forward, and exhale, back. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, bend the knees and push or rotate the heels towards the right. Drop the left heel, raise the right. Squeeze right hip to right shoulder and push the bum back. This time, tent up onto the fingers if you can. From here, maybe lift that left arm and cactus. So we're pressing the right hand down and forward, cactusing the arms, squeezing the shoulders down, and then rotating the chest slightly up. Now from here, you can stay. Keep the knees bent, work on the arm bound, like just the strength, or maybe as we lengthen the left or the right leg, we're gonna squeeze that left heel. So squeeze it in, rotate the left knee up, and maybe bring it onto the thigh for that tree. So stay here, keep rotating, and then maybe lift the chest towards the ceiling. Keep squeezing that upper spine. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you fall back, you fall back. And then slowly lift the left leg, and we're gonna keep the heel into the bum until we step forward. For 3, 2, and 1. From here, come up onto the fingertips, onto the right toes. Press the left foot down. I want you to actively squeeze the left bum towards the left calf. Slowly, slowly, slowly. For 3, start to rise. 2, 1, coming up to a high lunge. Lower and sink. So we're letting ourselves just sink in this high lunge, but keep that hamstring activation of that left leg. So continue to really pull the left sit bone towards the left knee. Left heel pulls towards the right foot pulls towards the left knee. And then lengthen even more. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly let the arms come down. For 3, 2, 1. Hands come to the floor. Lift the left leg. Maybe just lift the toes and step back, or lift the left leg and pull it back. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. As we exhale, bend the knees, pivot the heels to the left. Drop the right foot, keep the left heel lifted. Look forward, press both hands down, and really squeeze left hip to left shoulder. Pop up onto those right fingertips, and then maybe lift that right arm and cactus. Slowly drop the left heel, and keep opening the chest. So squeeze everything back, squeeze those elbows down, press the left hand down and forward. Now either stay here, or if you're gonna lengthen the left leg, press into the left foot, lengthen up, keep pressing the left hand down and forward. And then squeeze right heel to butt. Cactus the arms open. Now slowly try and bring right toes to inner thigh. See if you can begin to drop the right heel. Now open the chest as much as you can. Keep the left foot flat onto the floor. Keep pressing left hand down and forward. For 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna step forward. So squeeze, right knee in for 3. Start to step forward. 2, 1, foot drops. Press right foot firmly into the floor, left toes into the floor. Squeeze the legs together and then really squeeze left sit bone to right calf. Pull the belly in. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, slowly rise up for 3. Feel the right hamstring. 2, 1. And exhale, sink. So we're keeping the legs active. Feet are pulling towards each other. You can still feel the right hamstring because the right sit bone is really still pulling towards the right knee. And then we're gonna just find length. So feel everything lengthen for 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring it down. Hands come to the floor. Lift through that right foot. Maybe it just lifts up for a second, or maybe you can kind of suction it up and step back. Inhale, roll forward. And then we'll drop the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly sit back onto the heels. Couple of wrist rolls here. Close the eyes. And let all of that kind of marinate. And then let the hands rest. 2 more breaths. And just get ready to feel whatever you feel. Let it come up. From here, pressing all 10 toes into the floor. If you need to tuck the toes, tuck the toes. We're gonna try and lift the hip bones or lift the hips off the heels for just like a tiny, like an inch. So reach the arms forward, lift. Now, squeeze the glute in, and then start to reach forward for 5, 4, 3, just like with the knees. We want to bring the hands down, but we're not letting them come down just yet. And then they come down. Inhale, roll forward. Flip the toes and press back onto the heel. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, chin and chest. Inhale up. Exhale, resist back. And then tuck up. Lift the knees and come into down dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Pause. We're gonna lower into chaturanga and then push right back up. So we're gonna lower for 3, 2, 1. Press back up for 3, 2, 1. Push back into down dog. Inhale, roll forward. Again, lower to chaturanga. Let yourself quiver for 3. You wanna run, you wanna make it go faster, but you can't. And now press back up for 3, 2, 1. Press back. One more time. Inhale, roll forward. Lower down for 3. Chest forward. 2, 1. Lift up for 3, 2, 1. And press back. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Bend the knees, pivot the heels, go over to the right. Inhale, drop both feet. Lift the left arm, cactus. Stay here, or once again, lift up. As we do, lift the left leg, keep it long, and then squeeze it in. Once again, turn the knee up and bring that foot wherever it goes. Cactus the arms, start to turn towards the pressing right hand down and forward. Keep lifting the hips. And then we're gonna slowly step forward for 3, 2, 1. Activate the left hamstring, push through the right toes. Inhale up for 3, 2, 1. From here, reach the arms forward. We're gonna drop the right heel. Start to pull the right hand back into warrior 2. So we'll open for 3, 2, 1. Pause for 3, 2, 1. Reversing triangle, so lengthen the left leg. Bring the right hand behind the back for 3. Reach the left arm up, 2, 1. Coming in into a half bound triangle, left arm leads for 3, 2, 1. Left hand lands onto calf, shin, or block. Open the chest. Inhale, right arm up. As we exhale, cactus. So keep the lower belly, lower hips, everything stays stable except the upper back. Squeeze it back, open, open, open. And then inhale, reach the arm over. As we exhale, coming back into warrior two for 3, 2, 1. Slowly reach the right arm forward and come up onto the right toes for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms up. As we exhale, open everything. So stretch, stretch, stretch for 3, 2, 1. Hands come to heart center. Coming into warrior 3 for 3, 2, 1. Hold your warrior 3 for 3. Flex the foot. 2, 1. Little bend in the knee and then start to dip forward. If the hands need to come to the floor, come to the floor. Point the toes. Bring everything down. How high can the leg go as the chest comes onto the thigh? For 3, 2, 1. Bring the right knee in and we'll slowly rise just halfway up. Keep a nice tucked position here. So torso's tucked in. Now press the foot forward. And either right foot comes to the floor or pistol squat down for 3, 2, we got it, 1. Come into boat. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. As we come back, let the legs come over the hips. Hands come next to the torso. Coming into shoulder stand. Start to lift the hips and come into plow pose. Use your hands to help the hips go over the head. Tuck the shoulders under. Hands come on to the back. And we're gonna lift the legs slowly for 3. Keep the toe mounds pressing together. 2, 1. Hold your shoulder stand for 3. Keep lifting up like someone's pulling on your legs. 2. Squeeze the inner thighs. 1. We're slowly gonna come down for 3, 2, 1. And roll onto your back. Now this is where you're going to grab your pillow or your block. You're gonna put it right between your thighs and you're gonna squeeze like it's a vice, all right? And then hands can either stay under the bum, to the side, or behind the head. Option is to lift the torso if you want. We're going to inhale as we come down. Squeeze, 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 exhale, up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and really actively exhale and pull the belly down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, release the head, release the block. Inhale, reach the arms behind you, and we're gonna try and rise up into boat. So bring yourself up, push the toe mounds together, use your hands if needed, come all the way up into boat. As we exhale, left foot comes down, right stays lifted. Now, if you can, don't even think about it. Press into the left foot, squeeze that left heel towards the butt, lift up, and come right back into your warrior 3. Slowly, for the count of 3, bringing the right toes to the back of the mat for 3. Bend into that left knee, 2, 1. Inhale, open up, high lunge. And exhale, slowly bring the hands to the floor. From here, press down so much that you lift the left leg up and step to down dog. From here, coming onto the toes, lifting the hips, just the torso comes forward. We're gonna try and bring the chin towards the floor and then press right back up. So like you were gonna go into chin stand, but we don't. So squeeze the arms in, bring it down, and press right back up. And then drop into forearm stand, into dolphin. From here, we're gonna press the arms down and lift through the shoulder blades and then let it come down. So we're finding some elevation and then let it drop. Press down and let it drop. One more time, press down and let it drop. Now press down, shift forward and bring the shoulders over the elbows and then let yourself come back into dolphin. So come up onto the toes, shoulders over elbows and press back. Press the hands into the floor, come forward and then down. From here, press into the hands so much you lift into down dog. And exhale. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale into chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Press up for 3, 2, 1. Press back. Again, inhale, roll forward for 3, 2, 1. Lower for 3, 2, 1. Press up for 3, 2, 1. Press back. One more time. Inhale, roll forward for 3, 2, 1. Lower down for 3, 2, 1. Press up for 3. Even if you're shaking, 2, you can do it. 1, and press back. Inhale, roll forward. As we exhale, bend the knees, press onto the, or pivot the left heels towards, or the heels to the left heels, like there's such a thing. Bend both knees and plant both feet. Inhale, lift the right leg, arm, and cactus. Pull, pull, pull. Now from here, stay or lengthen through the left leg. Keep pressing the left hand down and forward. Lift the right leg. Straighten. Pull the heel towards the butt. Squeeze everything in. And then see if you can bring the toes to the inner thighs. Keep pressing the hips up and left hand down and forward. Slowly, keep squeezing the upper spine. See if you can pivot the chest towards the ceiling. Keep squeezing the arms. Keep lifting the hips. Keep breathing. Now we're going to step forward. So lift the leg. Step forward for 3, 2, 1. Keep the right hamstring ignited. Lift for 3, 2, 1. Settle down. Reach up, lengthen through all parts of the body for 3, 2, 1. Reach the hands forward. And we're going to actively pull the left hand back as we drop the left heel for 3. Into warrior 2, 2, 1. Hold warrior 2 for 3, 2. Get low. 1. Left hand comes behind you. Reverse triangle. Lengthen the right leg. Lift the right arm for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come forward for 3, 2, 1. Half bound triangle. Take a deep breath in. Open the chest. Inhale, left arm up. Cactus the left arm. So only the upper back is working. Lower half, well, it's not that it's working, but lower half is stable. Upper back is what the chest lifts. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then inhale, reach that left arm forward. And exhale, bend into the right knee. Slowly come up for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Slowly reach the left arm forward and come up onto the left toes for 3, 2, 1. Stretch in every direction for 3. It should feel good. Squeeze the left quad. 2, 1. Hands come to heart center. Come into warrior 3 for 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop the left hip. Now we're going to bend the right knee. Try and lift the left leg high and bring the belly onto the thigh. How high can you go? See if we can hold. Keep stretching in every direction. Hands come to floor if needed. And then squeeze the left knee into the belly. Even if you have to bring the foot to the floor, the hands onto something, then do it, but tuck in. Keep the tuck, keep the tuck, keep the tuck. Now we're tucking, right knee is bent. Shoot, left foot forward. And we're gonna lower into pistol for 3, 2, 1. Come right into boat. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Legs go over the hips. Coming into your shoulder stand. So lift the hips. Pull the legs behind you up and over your head. Tuck the shoulders under, not on the neck, just on the back of the head, the shoulders. Lift through the glutes. And we're going to lift for 3. You know how to modify if not. 2, 1. Keep reaching up like someone's pulling your legs up higher. Keep the inner thighs ignited for 3,
2, 1. Lower the legs for 3, 2. Slowly bring the hips down. Grab your block and put it in between your legs. And you are squeezing. I want you to squeeze harder than you've ever squeezed before. You're not letting that go. From here, we're reaching the arms back. Now, if you want to go an extra oomph, then lift the torso as you reach the arms back. Otherwise, you can keep the torso down as you reach the arms back. Same thing we did before. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 4. Inhale, 5. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, 6. Inhale, 7. Inhale, keep squeezing. 8. Inhale, 9. And inhale, 10. Let the head come down if it's up. Keep squeezing the block for 1 more second, and then release the block. Toe mounds come together. Inhale, arms behind you. As we exhale, come all the way up into boat. And then right leg comes down. Squeeze right heel towards bum. Don't even think about it. Pistol up, use your hands, and back into warrior 3. And then slowly for 3, toes come to the back of the mat. 2, 1. Inhale, low lunge. For 3, stretch in every position. 2, 1. Exhale, slowly bring the hands down for 3, 2, 1. Hands press down, lift the right leg, step back. And then drop those forearms. Again, lift and lower. So press down to lift. Exhale, let your chest come between the shoulders. Press up and down. Press up and down. Now come up onto the toes, shift forward and back. Forward and back. One more time, forward and back. Pressing in to those toes, bring it over the elbows and hold for 3, 2, press down, and 1, drop the heels. Press into the hands, lift up, inhale, roll forward, and exhale, drop, and uncurl, come onto the toes, close the eyes. Take 2 breaths. It is a little bit longer. Should have started with that, so I apologize. So I understand if you can't stay, but if you do have to leave, please take a few minutes to rest. We have a couple more things that we're doing, and this is kind of the piece de resistance. So just like we did before, press into the hands, reach the arms forward, feet, reach the arms forward. Start to tap the tailbone, lift up. Resist, resist, resist. So we're reaching forward. Keeping the legs ignited, reach forward like you're going to bring the hands onto the floor. Now maybe the fingertips do, but then we're pulling them back. So press them down and then pull back, lift the hips and come up over the knees. Toes can tuck or untuck. Hands can stay on waist or go to the low back, camel posture. So inhale, back or bum back, just so you feel a tactile sensation under your hands if the hands are behind you. And then lift through the chest, squeeze the shoulders back. As we inhale, start to push the hips forward and keep the chin tucked to the chest as we go back. Now, if it feels okay, you can start to let the hands come down onto the heels or wherever you're comfortable with. Take a deep breath. Press all 10 toes into the floor. Keep raising the chest up. So just like we did on the floor, feel like you're reaching it forward. Slowly come up. And forearms come to the floor. Tuck the toes. And once again, we'll come into dolphin posture. So option is to stay into dolphin. If you want to go into headstand, you can. Or if you want to play with pincha, we are primed and ready. So you can step the right foot in and maybe lift the left leg and just feel where your weight distributes. Maybe you just kind of, it's not a hop so much as just kind of a push off, just kind of feeling where you're at and coming up. Now, if pincha is in your practice and you do it fairly often, try jumping. This is what I did last night, so you can tell what I do when I'm bored. But as you come up, and I of course did this against a wall, I didn't do it freestyle. Really try and bring the hips over just to feel it, and then bend the knees and see if you can just kind of find your balance. Press down so much that you lift up. So whatever you do, we're here for a few minutes, or let's say a good 5 to 10 breaths. So I'm going to try jumping one more time against a wall. And I got it, yay! Kind of. And then when you're ready, come back down and pause once again on your heels. Couple of breaths. Letting everything we did just sink in. Your body should feel like electricity right now. Whenever you really pay attention to all the muscles and you're squeezing everything and you're moving stuff, it gives your whole body neurological messages, and so your nervous system turns on. So you should kind of feel almost electrified even if you're tired. And then slowly come down onto your bum. And reach the legs forward. And I want you to press the heels down into the floor and feel like you're dragging them back. So the knees will probably lift. Then kind of move around in your bum, like you're trying to wiggle down like you do when you're in sand. You're like, I don't even remember the word of it right now, but you're just kind of wiggling down so that you really plant. And then hands come onto the side. Squeeze the shoulders back slightly and just gently. And you can stay with the palms down or pop up onto those fingertips and keep the elbows bent. And then start to squeeze all 4 fingers towards the thumb and press the fingertips down. So you're kind of squeezing all the fingers in towards the midline. Heels are still pressing down and forward. And then we're gonna slowly begin to come forward. So we're coming forward just as much as we can. This is a completely different type of forward fold. We're active. Hamstrings are active. Pelvic floor stays lifted. Gaze is long and forward so the neck stays long. Keep squeezing those fingertips in if they're popped up. Keep going. Keep that pelvic floor lifted. Really squeeze the pelvic floor like you are squeezing it like you did the block. Now you can either stay here for the next 5 breaths, or if you like to just bring the hands forward and melt down, you can, but keep the hamstrings activated. So the legs don't change, just the upper body does if you decide to melt in. So it's either active, if that's what you want, or letting everything melt. I'm ready to melt. Inhale, we'll slowly come back up. And then release the legs. From here, we'll bring the feet together into Baddha Konasana. Heels come into the groin, interlace the fingers, lift through the chest, and then start to suck the belly in, pull the elbows into the rib cage, and fold forward, rounding, and letting everything go. Inhale, slowly come up. Come into a nice, simple cross-legged. Open the arms, take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we'll cross right over left. Either give yourself a nice big bear hug or come into eagle arms. Press the elbows forward and take a nice deep breath. Let the chin come to the chest and feel just the nice openness through the upper back. Inhale, open. Exhale, left over right. Push the elbows forward and then tuck the chin to the chest. Slowly release. Push the bum forward and feet plant on the floor. Reach forward, round the back, round, round, round. Like you're reaching forward and someone's pulling you, but you're resisting because you're pulling back. Press the feet into the floor, drag the heels towards the sit bones, and we'll slowly, as slow as you can, uncurl onto your back. Lift the pelvic floor so that when you get to that sticky part where you feel like you're gonna fall, it helps guide you. Once on your back, step the feet wide, arms go out to the side. Windshield wiper the legs from side to side. From here, either bring the feet together for a reclined twist, letting both legs drop to the side, or extend the right leg long, bend the right or left knee and guide that left knee over to the right. Maybe look over the left. And come back to that breath that we did at the beginning. Feel the breath enter and imagine it like silk. Feel that kind of sensation as you breathe in. Slowly come back to center and switch sides. Right goes over left. Slowly come back to center. Lengthen out. If you have a blanket, feel free to use that. If you have pillows, get comfy. And let all of that sensation, whatever sensations are there, let them be there. Experience it fully. Often when we slow things down, I always, and I don't mean to throw shade, but when people always say, well, that, I get that there's things that you just don't like, they're not for you. But sometimes when we slow things down, it really makes us be with ourselves. And that's hard. Heck, it's hard for me. Last night, I wanted to kind of give up halfway through. But I was so happy I didn't, because it really, in the end, felt so much better. But it's an exploration of yourself. And a lot of times when we slow down, that's the hard part, is being with ourselves. And that's the challenge of asking ourselves why. Why is it so hard for us to slow down and be so focused on an internal aspect of things when we want to just move all the time? And I think that's a question worth asking, if that happens, and it happens to everyone. But that's what's so great about doing these types of practices, is what can you gain from it? Thank you so much for being with me this morning, taking the time and the extra time, if you had it, to stay with this. If not, then I hope that you come back to this and try and do the full length and just see what happens. See what changes, if anything. If you have any requests, please, please, please let me know. I really, really want some feedback. I know people are hesitant, but I like it, and it helps me. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm back again at 6 o'clock tonight for a nice, juicy evening flow if you'd like to join again. In good health.